Yeah, I mean, he was brilliant tonight, and it's just, so great to see him now at the point where he can do this. This was his second back-to-back, obviously, first one being just before the break, and I think that night we limited him to 25 minutes, so he looked great out there, not only with the shooting, but, his rebounding was a factor, his defense, and playing 35 minutes. Second night of back-to-back, that's big time.
Klay's shooting percentage inside the arc is barely better than it is beyond the arc. Does that make sense that he would take like 14 of his first 15 shots from three?
It's Klay, so yes.
Is that something that from him that you kind of welcome, though, him taking the threes and maybe not going with the mid-range shots?
I like the mid-range for Klay because he's a great shooter, and those are shots that he's going to have to hit from time to time. Tonight was a night where he found some openings from three. So if the threes are there, we'd rather have that. But depending on what the defense is doing, we need Klay, Steph, Jordan. We need our best shooters shooting, from the mid-range to because it's often just the best shot we're going to get.
Were you considering keeping Klay to a certain number of minutes, and that changes because the way he was playing, and also the way you were playing when he was out was pretty dramatic? Or
yeah.
Was this fine to play him this many minutes?
There really wasn't a minutes restriction on him coming in because of how he got through the last one, how he's been feeling. Obviously, having the All-Star break, I think. Helped refresh and recharge him, and so we just tried to get him a couple of breaks here and there, but there wasn't a minutes restriction going in.
Was Baldwin in the plans initially tonight?
Yeah. When Draymond went out, Baldwin was automatically elevated into the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Draymond. Concern at all about the knee? I mean,
No.
It sounded like you thought he was going to play pregame.
Yeah, I thought he was going to play, but it was pretty sore. He took a knee last night and pretty sore, and I thought it was clearly the right decision. He's been playing night after night. I thought it was a really good night for him to take off, and then we have tomorrow off, and he should be ready to go on Sunday.
How good was Baldwin for you tonight, though, in that?
It's great, yeah. Patrick has been getting better and better. He spent a lot of time in the G League, really working hard, getting a lot of good practice time. You can see the way he shoots the ball, but I was thrilled, just to see the other areas of the game. He had a great verticality in the first half at the rim, which thwarted a layup for them. He just mixed it up a little bit, used his size, and he's learning. He's a really good prospect. It's really exciting watching him play because, the game kind of clicks when he's out there. The ball moves, and he has a good feel for the game. His dad's a coach, and he gets it. He understands it. But he's a young guy, and he has a lot to learn, but he's on a great path because of the work that he's putting in every day.
He got minutes at the 5, obviously with the foul trouble with the two guys. But could Baldwin be a different look for you playing him at the 5? Could that be a way that he could sneak his way a little bit into the edge of the rotation?
Yeah, I mean, he's. I would say he's more of a 4 who we could slide down to the 3 rather than a 5, even despite his size. I look at him more as a 3-4, playing him with Draymond, with Loon, and even potentially both of them because of the way he shoots the ball. He really spaces the floor for us.
You said before the game that Moses would play. He came in the first quarter, +6. What impressed you the most about him tonight?
Just did a good job. He just came out and competed and played hard, and the game moved well while he was out there, and I thought Moses did a good job.
And speaking of the mid-range, Jonathan Kuminga had some nice mid-range shots early in the game. How much can that part of the game help him as well offensively?
Yeah, I mean, we like for J.K. to really attack the rim. He got to the line a couple times. Sometimes, you get into the paint and the drive is cut off, and he's got that pump fake. He's throwing a lot of fouls that way, and he's capable of making that little turnaround 10, 12-footer. So J.K. is coming along well.
Steve, Kavan has 13 or more rebounds in 5 straight games now. I mean, we've seen him do this, but that's pretty remarkable. And that you guys out-rebounded him just by a handful. What does that say about just what he does every single night?
Yeah, it's his consistency. It's who he is now. He's one of the elite rebounders, per minute in the game. And I'm so happy for Loon because of the work he's put in to get himself healthy. 3 seasons ago, I think he played 20 games with the nerve stuff, and he worked so hard. He's really learned a lot from Andre Iguodala over the years. I told the coaching staff, I think Loon is the most mature person in the organization, including the coaches. He's just a grown man who understands the job and puts in the work, puts on the hard hat every day. There's no drama. There's, when we put him in, he plays well, and when we take him out, he understands we're just, taking him out. And it's a joy to coach Kavan. We'd be in huge trouble without him, and we don't win the championship without him last year. And probably a couple more. So what an incredible rock he's been for us over the years.
Just with knowing everything that Klay has been through, and for him to have a game like this tonight where he has 12 threes, no Draymond, no Steph, and for him to step up in that way, just what is it like to see him, flourish like that?
Yeah, I'm really happy for Klay. He's put in the work. I really loved the fact that he got 7 rebounds. I think, we are challenging him to get on the glass. It's part of his evolution. I think every player, every great player, as they get older, they have to evolve, whatever that means. For Michael Jordan, it meant going down to the block and becoming a low post player. For Magic, he became a 3-point shooter and a great foul shooter. He didn't shoot the ball well early in his career. So as you get older and you get banged up and injured, all that stuff, you can't just expect to be the same player that you were 5 years ago. And I think Klay understands that. And the challenge is to be better defensively and more vocal and a better leader and a better rebounder and all those things, because within the team he's now the elder, whereas he used to have plenty of elders around him. And so I think that's what I'm excited about, is I can see Klay starting to figure that out and see that forming with everything he's doing.